It's a great shot on goal. It could be there. There it is. Wow. There it is.
Great shot. Joyce the snap. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Unloads it. Caught at the 15 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Darien. Day checks out.
Saved by Escamilla.
And a great look, great effort by Lindsay Bennett.
Trying to get some aerial there. There it is. Yes.
The Darien Athletic Foundation is proud to present high school varsity girls hockey tonight from the Darien Ice House. It's the Darien Blue Wave taking on the Greenwich Cardinals. Thanks for joining us on this DAF media broadcast. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrew, and joining me tonight, former Union College hockey player Bill Kirby. Bill, rematch of last year's FCIAC championship, which the Cardinals won 2-0 for their first ever title in program history. So this should be a good one. We're about a quarter way into the season, a big matchup between two FCIAC rivals.
Yep, no question. I think they split last year prior to meeting the FCIAC final, which Greenwich won 2-0. And right now, coming into tonight, Greenwich undefeated on the season, 7-0, ranked number 1 in the state. The Wave come in with a record of 4-1 and are currently ranked 6th.
And we are underway here from the Darien Ice House. Darien in white, Greenwich in the cardinal red. Darien moving from left to right on your screen. Greenwich, of course, from right to left. Thanks for joining us for this DAF media broadcast. Greenwich on the attack here in the offensive zone into the corner. This is a very young Greenwich Cardinals team. They lost just one player from last year's championship team to graduation, only 3 seniors on this year's squad. So fourth-year head coach Alex Lurchin has a young squad here, and he is building a program in the FCIAC. Coming up their first FCIAC title ever last year.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the FCIAC historically, Damien, it's really been dominated. I think this is the 15th season for girls hockey and FCIACs. And primarily, you've had New Canaan and Darien at the top of that. I think New Canaan has 6 FCIAC championships and 4 seconds in those 14 seasons, while Darien has 5 championships and 3 seconds. Greenwich has 1. They've got a few seconds. Ridgefield has a championship along with 4 seconds, and St. Joe's has 1. But, with Darien and New Canaan taking 11 of those 14 championships, they've really been the standard bearer historically.
And this is a Greenwich team with a very solid defense, and so far this season, a pretty high-scoring offense. They've outscored their first 7 opponents 32-4.
Yeah, no, they're coming in averaging almost 4.6 goals a game while giving up a measly 0.57. So that's pretty impressive through 7 games. There's no question about it. Conversely, Darien's had a couple of big games snowed out. There's certainly a lot of points available here tonight, but at 4-1, they've scored 24 goals, averaging 4.8 while giving up 1.6 a game. So this should be a good contest. And as you say, having split last year with Greenwich winning the FCIAC championship, I would think the Wave would be looking to jump on them here on home ice.
Here comes Darien, the shot. So Kit Eriks with a shot on goal, the Blue Waves' first shot on goal. It is covered up by Hannah Goldenberg, the freshman goalie for Greenwich. Coach Lurchin, Bill, goes with 2 goalies, Goldenberg and Aslin. Jesse Aslin, the senior. Their sophomore goalie, Jessica Ware, tore her ACL in the preseason. She is out for the year, so she is unavailable for the Cardinals, and she was the MVP of last year's championship team.
It's like the Wave's going to jump on a power play here. It's like a cross-checking on Greenwich, if I had to guess. Yep. One of the Cardinals is heading off for a cross-check here. So the Wave will jump on the power play a little less than 3 minutes into the game here.
So it's Darien's first power play opportunity of the evening.
I hope Jamie will be looking for them to spread it out a little bit and try and get some pucks to the net. Had a good look just before the penalty there, but somebody wired it high just over the crossbar.
That was Nell Niffen. We're under 12 minutes remaining in the opening period. Here's Kate Drugan behind the net as she carries the puck into the neutral zone. And a turnover. Greenwich coming the other way. Into the corner, in front of the net. And Drugan clears it. Sally Cassidy in the neutral zone. Gets it to Elise Morrow. Morrow over to Kiki Tropsa.
Wave finally gained the zone here and Shots blocked from Bellissimo.
Darien certainly would like to take advantage of this power play early on here. I said to Coach Tropsa before the game, is it easy for his players to get up for this one given what happened in last year's FCIAC finals? And he goes, well, I don't know. You'll have to ask them. I know it's easy for me to get up for this one.
Yeah, no, you would certainly think so. But, you know, you never know with kids. You know, we've talked about before, Jamie's squad's young, a lot of freshmen and sophomores. And, you know, you just never know. If kids have exams and just getting back from break and, you know, they're busy. So,
you know, Bill, these are two of the juggernauts in the FCIAC, and what stands out about both of these squads, while they do have seniors who play significant time on the ice, both teams relatively young, so the future bright for both the Blue Wave and the Greenwich Cardinals.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, I think, you know, again, we've talked about it a little bit, the growth of girls hockey in Fairfield County, and, you know, Greenwich has benefited from that. You know, much like Darien, there's a couple girls there. One of their captains, Jenny Piotrowski, played for the Ice Cats. She played with my daughter when she was rather young, but Jenny, very nice player, one of the better defensemen, certainly in the FCIAC and probably the state. So they've, you know, Jen Kelly, we mentioned her name once, very nice player as well. But yeah, it's no surprise to see Greenwich as a much improved squad the last couple years. Got some nice young players, and you know, it wasn't too long ago they only had 10 or 12 kids in the team. So it's great to see a little bit of resurgence in Greenwich in terms of girls ice hockey.
Alex Lurchin has done a terrific job building the program in his 4th year as the Cardinals head coach. He was coached at the youth hockey level by Jamie Tropsa. I said to Jamie before this one, I said, you're dating yourself here.
Jamie's been around the game a long time. Yeah, I'm not buying that. Tropsa's it's a lot of things, but old's not one of them. He's got a tremendous amount of energy and
tremendous guy, tremendous coach. Has done a terrific job in his 6th season as the head coach of the Darien Blue Wave.
Yeah, and the girls love him. You know, he and Gray. It's a nice kind of yin and yang, and they. You know, they feed off each other, and again, the girls respect both of them, and I think really enjoy playing for them. It's fun to watch, and you know, and as we've talked about, you know, the program's been certainly very strong since Jamie's taken over from Al Gurney, but before that as well. You know, we alluded to the 5 championships a few minutes ago. You know, they've had a competitive squad now. You know, every year, and you're seeing more and more numbers too.
There's a turnover in the neutral zone by Greenwich. Darien on the rush.
Nice play by Chan, throws it in front, picked off by Greenwich.
Both teams at even strength now after that Greenwich penalty.
Good hustle by Drugan there, very nice.
Throws it in front of the net, cleared out by the Darien defense. Jen Kelly in the corner.
Greenwich yet to register a shot on goal, which is certainly something Jamie will be happy about.
There's Kate Drugan over to Catherine Martin. She skates into the neutral zone. And back the other way. Here's Greenwich on the attack. And off the post.
Well, crazy as it seems, still not a shot on goal.
No, not.
Posts and crossbars do not count as shots on goal.
Yep, Sydney Orzalak, the sophomore defender. She's leading the team in points.
Yeah, she wired that. She got all of it.
And here's an offensive zone face-off. Around the boards, into the corner.
Cassidy just misses the pass.
as she goes into the boards. Both teams still feeling each other out here in the early going. Coach Tropsa said that would probably happen in this opening period. They, of course, haven't played each other since last year's FCIAC championship. And a whistle. That'll stop the clock at 6:10. We're in the opening period. Darien Greenwich, varsity girls ice hockey from the Darien Ice House. Damian Andrew joined by Bill Kirby, the former Union College hockey player.
Yeah, this is certainly a big game for Darien tonight. You know, I alluded to it earlier with a PowerPoint system. It's similar to what they use for football in the States. So a lot of points available for Darien tonight playing that number 1 ranked Greenwich Cardinals.
Yeah, Greenwich off to a good start this season, 7-0, 4-0 in the FCIAC, as you alluded to earlier, Bill, when we first came on this live stream. Under 6 minutes remaining in the opening period, no score between Greenwich and Darien. And both defenses, Bill, have played well here in this opening period.
Yeah, no, it's been a good defensive battle. A lot of stuff out towards the wall, and, you know, not too many pucks get in the net so far. Probably been 10 or 12 shots taken, but I think only 5 have gotten to the net by my count.
Nice defensive effort by Nell Niffen for Darien.
One crossbar for Greenwich. We can't leave that one out.
There's Corinne Bevel into the corner. Greenwich with the puck now.
Nice low to high, out to Tropsa, just fires it wide.
Kiki Tropsa, of course, the daughter of head coach Jamie Tropsa.
Yeah, Kiki's had a nice season so far. She played very, very well, anchoring that defense with Sally Cassidy.
And of course, both Tropsa and Cassidy, big parts, integral parts of the Darien field hockey program this past fall that made it all the way to the state finals before losing to eventual champ Staples.
Nice play by Bellissimo there. Just wires it wide. I just bumped into Kate's mom a minute ago, and it sounds like her dad's on his way to London. So he's watching us on the BA flight tonight overseas, so we'll give him a shout out. Hopefully it's cozy up at 35,000 feet. It's certainly chilly in here tonight.
Well, Kate's parents got to enjoy a terrific girls soccer season for Darien as well. They made it all the way to the state semifinals. Kate Bellissimo, a freshman on that Darien Blue Wave girls soccer team. Kiki Tropsa fighting for the puck.
Not going to get them all the way to London, but we'll get them halfway across the Atlantic, I guess, anyway.
That is a long flight.
Yeah, the overnight flight's tough. Not one of my favorite things, but does allow for good production the next day, I guess.
Greenwich now. Here they come as they turn it over in the neutral zone. Corinne Bevel.
Good look there, just fires it over the net. That's one where you want to hit the net, try and get a rebound maybe, coming in one-on-one. And
possibly score one of those greasy goals that Bill Kirby talks about.
Gotta love those. Everybody wants to highlight real goal, but the reality is they're just, they don't happen that often.
Well, and so many of goals scored in hockey games are of the greasy variety.
Yeah, it's similar to, getting rebounds in basketball, scoring in the paint, essentially. No different here.
I believe Shea Vandenbroek's dad is also watching this live stream from the Darien Ice House.
Yeah, I didn't see Rich tonight, so he must be, he does travel a little bit, so we'll give him a shout out as well. Hope he's watching somewhere comfortably. Shea just made a nice play there up the wall, and just weak side winger jumped off sides. .230 now left. Darien's 0 for 1 on the power play, and Greenwich has yet to register a shot on goal. Darien with 5 so far, and yeah, the puck's been down there a little more than it's been down in Darien's end. Although I wouldn't say Darien's had a grade A chance just yet.
Yeah, Darien has certainly had the puck in their offensive goal for much of this first period.
Yeah, Jamie's a little deeper in terms of just his head count, so he's going to try and run 3 lines, maybe get his 4th line out there a little bit. Should be able to wear down Greenwich a little bit, but again, no one seemed to have any success to date doing that and coming out with a victory, so we'll see what happens tonight. Good low shot there with a rebound. There's that greasy goal opportunity we're talking about.
Nice save by Hannah Goldenberg, the freshman goalie for the Cardinals.
Very nice.
Pass in front of the net.
Another one just skids wide of the goal.
So a flurry of activity in front of the net that last moments ago. And here comes Greenwich.
Dumps it in just wide of the cage. Kreppen sets it up for a D, and
Hallie Kreppen, the Darien goalie, only a sophomore. We mentioned Greenwich starting a freshman in Hannah Goldenberg. There's Tropsa.
Nice look.
Up ahead to Lucy Edwards. Edwards throws it on net.
Ref just missed a hooking there on Greenwich, I think.
Kit Eriks goes crashing into the boards. Under a minute left in the opening period between Darien and Greenwich. No score in this one from the Darien Ice House. FCIAC rivalry match here in Darien. Puck up against the end board. There's Tropsa, the blue line. Throws it on net.
Just whistles wide there. Bevel and Vanderbroek were both set up in front. Oh, there's a good look.
And a great look. Eriks in front. And she can't get off a shot.
Yeah, I think that was actually Nell. She tried to dust it off there a little bit. And that's one where you just want to one-time it ideally and try and fire it. And didn't get to net.
It was Nell Niffen, number 20. Of course, Niffen and Bellissimo both played on that Darien soccer team in the fall. So after one period, no score between Darien and Greenwich. Bill, your thoughts on that first period?
That was a good period. I think, again, I had shots 8 for Darien, none for Greenwich, although they probably had the best look when they hit the crossbar there. Good shot, just doesn't count as a shot on goal. But away from that, Darien kept them wide, and again, the puck was down there for probably 65 or 70% of the period. So if you're Jamie, you got to be pretty happy there. But again, you want to get pucks to the net, get pucks deep, put them behind the D, and try and put some pressure on Greenwich and maybe wear down that defense a little bit if they can. Conversely, Alex is want to get his girls to get some pucks deep and get something into the net here.
So we're about a quarter of the way into the season. This obviously, as we mentioned at the outset, a big FCIAC game for these two teams, two of the elite programs in the conference.
Yeah, no, this is a big game. As I said earlier, with the win tonight, using the PowerPoint system, Darien has a chance to pick up 80 points, which would take their season total from 100 to 180. And then you divide that by the number of games they've played, which that would take their total points from currently sits at 25, which has them resting in 6th place, or ranked 6th, I should say, and they would jump to 36, which would be just a point and a half or so behind Greenwich. So with a win tonight, I'm not sure what Hamden's doing. but they would jump up to at least second or third, I would think. So this is a big game for both teams, but certainly having had 2 games postponed, Jamie's a little light on games, and as I mentioned, the win against Morristown Beard does not count. Out-of-state games do not count in the point system.
Right.
So that was a nice win they have. Their record's at 4-1 for the season, but in terms of state ranking, sits at 3-1. So again, and you want to look towards those final rankings to get a good seed in the state playoffs and so on and so forth. So good game and a big game and been well played by both teams so far.
It has been well
through
played.
The first.
We are underway now in the second period between Darien and Greenwich. Anna Keaveney, the sophomore forward for the Cardinals. Greenwich now skating left to right. And there's their first shot on goal, Bill Kirby.
Indeed. Again, the puck's been down there, but they've hit some shin pads. They've whistled a few wide. They've had a couple of dump-ins that were just wide of the net. Again, dump-ins don't really count as shot on goal. So, nice look there, and Crepham's up to the task.
And that was Emery Fukuchi with the shot on goal for the Cardinals. The freshman forward. As we mentioned, both of these teams young, especially Greenwich, only 3 seniors on the roster. And here comes Darien.
Niffen with a good shot and a great save.
Nice save by Hannah Goldenberg, Greenwich's freshman goalie. Greenwich has pretty much rotated 2 goalies this season, Goldenberg and the senior Jesse Aslin. Their starting goalie, Bill, as we mentioned, Jessica Ware, tore her ACL during tryouts. She was the team's MVP last year. And here they are going with 2 goalies, none of whom are their starting goalie.
Yeah, that was certainly a loss. I think she got hurt in lacrosse, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe re-injured this fall.
And here's Goldenberg, and that is a goal by Corinne Bevel, I believe, number 10. The rebound, she puts it home, and Darien is on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I'm going to guess Vandenbroek gets that. Bevel had the first whack at it, and then Shea cleaned it up. But I don't know if we'll get an announcement on that or not, but I'm going with 16 on the goal. But that's getting that first goal is big.
So Shea Vandenbroek with the first goal of the game for the Blue Wave to put Darien up 1-0 here in the second period. Early in the second period, that's a whistle.
What would you term that one? How would you describe that goal?
A greasy goal.
There you go.
A greasy goal.
That was a greasy goal.
That was a Bill Kirby special right
yeah,
there.
I think that was the third whack at it. But
and it happened so fast, I originally said Corinne Bevel, but Vandenbroek was right there. Both of them. It was a bang-bang play off the rebound.
Yeah, no, that was nice play by the girls. Again, just kind of simple. Got the puck to the net and crashed the goal, and we're rewarded for that. So it's nice to see. In that loss to New Canaan, I thought the girls got out muscled a little bit, got pushed around. So
there's another shot on goal by Elise Morrow. And another save by Goldenberg. So Goldenberg has been tested certainly here in this second period.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I had the Wave with 8 in the first and another 3 or 4 here so far. So, they are getting some rubber to net without question. Which is, if you're Jamie, I'm sure he's happy about that. I mean, I'm sure he'd like to see 10 to 14 shots a period. Make the goalie work for it, and again, make her life little difficult. And another one just almost snuck in the corner there.
It certainly did. Goldenberg covers that up.
Morrow tried to essentially go goal line extended there. Take a term out of the lax playbook. A little GLE.
Elise Morrow, one of the captains, 4 captains of this Darien Blue Wave team.
Ooh, one
sails
just
over the
whistles
crossbar.
wide there.
That was Corinne Bevel.
Well, again, you want to just get pucks deep, ideally get them on net, and jump on those rebounds.
We had a great vantage point for that first Darien goal. We are right above.
That's a $300 ticket in the
goal.
Garden.
Yeah, it certainly is. Maybe even more. Here comes Corinne Bevel.
Oh, good luck.
Nice pass to Shea Vandenbroek, and Vandenbroek almost has herself her second goal of the game, but a nice save by Hannah Goldenberg.
Yeah, great feed by Bevel there, and Shea just tried to tip it. Unfortunately, well played by the goalie, just went right in her chest. So
Great centering pass that time by Corinne Bevel. You hear Jamie Tropsa in the background. And Bill, dare I say, Darien has really pushed the action in this game so far.
Yeah, no, they have. They right now they're working harder. I'd say they want it a little more. So
they've
good for them.
Spending most of this game in their offensive zone.
Yeah, it's been pretty one-sided, really. Again, couple nice looks. Game's far from over, but
and a little miscommunication in front of the Darien goal there.
Yeah, well, that's, again, couple young kids there. I think that was Martin on D coming back, and they've just got to talk to each other as who's going to take the puck and who's going to what they want to do there. So
Catherine Martin, a freshman defender. Hallie Kreppen, of course, the sophomore goalie for Darien. Under 12 minutes left in this one, 1-0 Blue Wave here from the Darien Ice House. And thanks so much for joining us on this DAF Media broadcast.
Give a shout out to the Minikis family. Sounds like they're snuffled up right next to the TV watching the game tonight. Hope they're warm over there. Apparently couldn't make their way down to the Darien Ice House to root on a couple of Mo's players out here. I'll have to speak to her about that next time I see her. Oh, great feed there.
Breakaway here for Darien. And nice save by Goldenberg as Caitlin Chan was one-on-one with Goldenberg there. And just couldn't put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was nice, great look, and nice move by Chan. She put a good fake on the goalie, just couldn't quite elevate it over the outstretched pad, and Goldenberg comes up with a save there.
So an offensive zone face-off here.
Wave have already matched their first period total of shots here 4 minutes into the second, so yeah, they're getting after it a little bit.
Catherine Martin throws it on net, and it's covered up by Goldenberg. You know, you mentioned the Minikis family. What a job Mo Minikis has done with that field hockey program through the years. I've gotten to know her through the years covering FCIAC field hockey, and she just continues to reload. Another trip to the state finals this year, another FCIAC championship.
Yeah, no, she's Mo's awesome. Girls are lucky to play for her. I unfortunately neither of my daughters played field hockey, but the girls love her, and she does a great job. Along with so many other coaches at the high school, but Mo's among the best without question.
Yeah, so many terrific coaches, not just at Darien, but throughout the FCIAC.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think if you look at the success of some of our teams over the last 5 years or so, I'd say we've got more than our fair share of excellent coaches. Again, I've talked about it before. I don't think it gets mentioned enough, but we really have, I'd say, more than our fair share of great coaches. There's no question about it. But it's a two-way street, too. The kids have to buy into what the coaches are selling, they've got to do the off-season work, and certainly lately the kids have done that, and the coaches have gotten it done. Vanderbrook just misses an opportunity there.
There's Vandenbroek. Sails
just wide.
Wide. In front. There's Kiki Tropsa. And that almost deflects into the back of the net, but a great glove save by Hannah Goldenberg of Greenwich. So the freshman goalie, Bill, has had to stand on her head at times in this one.
Yeah, no, she's done a nice job. She's athletic. She moves well. She's got a nice glove. She's made 4 or 5 very good glove saves, and that was one. Puck was maybe going a little bit wide to the left of the net, but it hit a shin pad in front and went back to the right side, and she was able to stretch out and grab it. Great save there.
There's Tropsa.
Again, that's what we talk about, is trying to take the goalie's eyes away, getting pucks there when maybe she can't see him that well, and that was well executed.
There's Tropsa from the blue line. Another save by Goldenberg. Cassidy
hits a skate.
Looking for Elise Morrow. Morrow sails over the crossbar.
Hit the net there. That was good work by Bellissimo there.
Tropsa.
Nice feed across to the leak side. Hit the net. Morrow wires one wide.
So a couple of good looks for Darien here on this offensive possession.
Yeah, we did a nice job. We got the puck over there twice, and both were open looks, and both shots unfortunately went wide of the net by a decent margin. Sometimes the net moves, Damien, when you're sitting there. And
Caitlin Chan, and a save by Goldenberg. So another shot on goal as Darien continues its offensive.
Yeah, another shot and a rebound. I've got that for 14 this period. So the Wave look to double up their shot attempts in the first period. Nice effort so far by the girls.
8:30 left in the second period. 1-0 Darien. We are live from the Darien Ice House. Thanks so much for joining us on this DAF media broadcast.
Nice play by number 5 there on Greenwich. Just clearing it out.
Sydney
Wave was right on the doorstep. Very nice play by Orzelak.
The sophomore defender.
Another
Centering
good look.
Pass and almost another Darien goal, but a great save by Goldenberg.
Glove and then crossbar.
So Hannah Goldenberg, the freshman goalie for Greenwich, has really been stellar between the pipes here in this second period. Coach Alex Lurchin didn't even really know who he was going to start until game time.
I'd say she's earned her pay tonight.
She certainly
She's been
has.
great. Definitely the best player on Greenwich, in my book.
Another face-off in Darien's offensive zone.
We're exactly at the halfway mark here. 7:50 left in the second, and she's been great.
Here comes Vandenbroek behind the net. Shea Vandenbroek, another member of that Darien field hockey program.
Yeah, Shea's a 3-sport athlete. She'll suit up in the spring for Coach Lindley on the Lax field, and as you say, just got done. Seems like she just got done for Mo's field hockey team.
Well, when you play deep into the season, Bill, it wasn't that long ago
No.
they finished up.
No, I think that's the idea, though. I'm sure the girls were pretty happy about it. Not the last one wasn't the way they wanted to finish, but great season for sure.
You know, I grew up in New York State, and of course the high school football state finals were always Thanksgiving weekend, not in Connecticut. They play into December before they determine a state champion. Of course, Darien winning the Class LL state title, beating Greenwich in the state finals at venerable Boyle Stadium in Stamford. Under 7 minutes left in the second period here from the Darien Ice House, 1-0 Blue Wave.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Almost something out of Hollywood with the snow that day.
With the snow. Couldn't have scripted it any better.
Great stadium, a lot of people. It looks like the Wave's off to the box here. Chan's going to go off for hooking, I believe. High sticking, I guess. Check that. Good hustle play, though. I don't have any issue with that penalty. That's she's working hard and just kept her stick up a little too long. You can kind of pop it, but you can't hold it. And she just held on a little too long. And Wave's going to go man down here at the 6:07 mark.
So high sticking on Caitlin Chan sends her to the penalty box at the 6:07 mark of the second period. So Greenwich in their offensive zone now. Haven't been there a lot in this game, Bill.
No, and they're coming back the other way here quickly. Nell Niffen does a nice play. That's a penalty on Greenwich, absolutely.
And that'll be a penalty on Jen Kelly, the junior forward.
Yeah, great hustle play to come back, catch Niffen on the back check. Again, she just, similar to Chan on the prior penalty, just kind of got in there, dug her stick in, and held it a little too long. So that's unfortunate if you're Greenwich. But, again, I can't argue with either one of those calls. Again, you can pop it stick, but you just can't hold it there. And she impeded the player from making progress. So good call by the ref there.
So we'll be skating 4-on-4 here for the next minute 45.
Yeah, and Wave will have a quick power play. So 15 seconds of power play time there. And Greenwich did not register a shot. So I did track down Mr. Vandenbroek. It does sound like he's watching on the West Coast tonight, so we'll give our regards to him. I hope it's a balmy day out there. Certainly warmer than it is back east.
Like yourself, he is a big hockey fan.
Yeah, well, Rich, I have to say, Rich went to Harvard, and when he was in school, they had some really good teams. They were won an NCAA championship, had some really nice players. Teddy Donato was actually there then, was the current coach. His son Ryan is the star of the team currently. One of the best players in the country, and he's actually going to be on the Olympic team, which is will be a thrill for him. But the Fusco brothers were there when Rich was in school, so he got to watch some good hockey.
Of course, the Bean Pot up there is always a great spectacle every year.
Yeah, first 2 Mondays in February, one of the best college tournaments in the country without question.
There's Vandenbroek behind the net.
Yeah, if you're a kid in Boston, a hockey player, playing in the Bean Pot is absolutely a must-do.
Of course, one of the great hockey players to come out of southwestern Connecticut, Chris Drury, is familiar with the Bean Pot.
Yeah, no question. Brian Leach, another one who spent a short period of time at BC before he matriculated to the Rangers, if you will.
Yeah, right.
And Drury's another one, played at Prep, and
that was probably a good move by Leach, no?
I would say it was, yeah. I actually played against Brian when he was at Avon, and
did you really?
I did, yeah. He's a little younger than me, but not that much, and he was good then, and obviously he continued to get better.
Here comes Darien.
Morrow
Shot is wide by Morrow.
Just wide. We're back to full strength now, skating 5-on-5. Excuse me.
Here's Emily Bello. She throws it on net. So a chance there for Greenwich. And
Greenwich's first shot on goal almost 12 minutes into the period. That's amazing. For a team as talented as they are, I guess, is how I'm looking at it. Wave they've been good all over the ice tonight. Good forecheck, good back check, and just haven't allowed Greenwich really to possess the puck at all.
.3:15 left in the second period.
Greenwich wires it wide. Speaking of Harvard and Rich, actually, unfortunately I owe him $1. We have a standing bet, Union Harvard games, and Harvard picked up a 4-3 win this weekend in Cambridge. They scored with 5 seconds left in overtime. A crushing defeat for the visitors, from my perspective anyway.
Well, as I have told you in the past, I grew up just south of the Albany area, south of the Capital Region in the northern Hudson Valley, and I can remember vividly taking trips to RPI and Union to see hockey games. Went to a number of games at the RPI Fieldhouse. That was a great old barn. Yeah,
it is indeed, and they need to put a little bit of money in that. Unfortunately,
Certainly.
They've fallen behind some of the other stuff in the ECAC and in Hockey East. But about that same time, mid '80s, RPI and Harvard were probably the two best teams in the ACAC, and both having won national championships in that span. Mike Odessa coached that group,
Yep.
and
you look up into the rafters at the RPI Fieldhouse, you'll see Joey Junot's number, and I believe Adam Oates. There's a shot by Greenwich.
Yeah, Oates probably one of the best players I ever played against. Actually, he was tremendous. I mean, he had, I think he had close to 1,500 points in the NHL. He was a really good player. But that team was loaded.
Am I right, Bill, on that? Junot
Yeah.
and Oates both played at RPI.
Yeah, they did. That's correct. I mean, that team was loaded. Darren Pooper was the goalie for that team.
Pooper, that's
He
right.
played for the Buffalo Sabres for a long time, had a great career. Mike McPhee was on that team. He had a great career with the Canadians. John Carter, who played for the Bruins for a long time, one of the fastest players certainly I've ever played against. He faked me out so bad. There's a piece of equipment, my equipment still hanging from the rafters up there at the field house 30-odd years later. But no, that team was loaded. They were really good. I believe they won everything in 1984, and they probably had 10 or 12 future NHL players in that team. That was quite a squad.
They have not had that kind of success or talent since then, really.
No, they haven't. Odessa left, and they just haven't been able to get back to those levels. And it's hard to do. Certainly, the ECAC has had their success with Quinnipiac and Yale and Union all doing really well and winning national championships. But
well, and you talk about facilities. The facility at Quinnipiac is something special.
Yeah, no, they pumped a ton of money into their athletic facilities up there in the last 10, 15 years. That kind of double basketball hockey facility is excellent, and certainly a treat for those players to call home. And they've got a couple local players up there, which is nice to see. Nick Germain and Kevin Duane, who both played at Brunswick on this year's team, both doing well. Quinnipiac's not quite as strong as they've been historically, but both those guys are both nice players and a big part of this year's squad.
So we're under 30 seconds remaining in the second period. 1-0 Darien as we get ready to close out this second period from the Darien Ice House. And the Blue Wave have been impressive, to say the least, through the first two periods. As the Greenwich defense looks to clear this out, and that will do it for the second period from Darien. Blue Wave up 1-0 thanks to a Shea Vandenbroek goal.
Yeah, the Wave did everything there, but score really. They dominated puck possession. Shots I had 16-4 for the period. 24-5 here through two periods. So been a nice effort. The Wave have done everything but put the puck across the goal line. So hopefully, if you're Jamie Tropsa, you can figure out how to solve that problem here.
And we are going to take a short break. You are watching the DAF Media Network. The Blue Wave up 1-0 after 2 periods here from the Darien Ice House. We will be right back. Welcome back to the Darien Ice House. Second intermission. Darien leads Greenwich 1-0. High school varsity girls hockey. We are just about ready to drop the puck for the third period, and we are underway. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Kirby. So glad you could be with us on this DAF media broadcast. The Blue Wave had played really well in the first two periods, and they have a 1-0 lead to show for it.
Yeah, the Wave have dominated really. They've outshot Greenwich 24-5 so far, and they've really thrown everything at the Cardinal netminder except the kitchen sink. And she's been up to the challenge on all but a rebound.
Hannah Goldenberg is the freshman goalie for Greenwich. Played really well in that second period, bombarded with shots. And here comes Darien. And it's cleared out by that Greenwich D.
Chan in on one-on-one there. Nice poke check by the Greenwich defender. I couldn't catch a number there.
Greenwich came into this one, Bill Kirby, having only allowed 4 goals in its first 7 games, outscoring its opponents 32-4.
Well, certainly watching Hannah play tonight, you can see why. She's been excellent.
Here's Shea Vandenbroek in front of the net.
A nice move there, taking the puck wide and dropping her shoulder, driving the net. That was well executed. Didn't have a lot of room there to get the shot off, unfortunately. But, again, that's one where you kind of throw it at the net and see what happens, maybe look for a rebound. But she did a nice job taking the puck wide there, beating her defender and, driving to the goal.
Puck behind the Darien goal. Here's Vandenbroek. Darien moving from left to right as Shea Vandenbroek carries the puck into the neutral zone.
Darien
Fresh legs on the ice.
Wholesale change there, 5 new players.
And a nice play here by Kit Eriks.
Great hustle there on that one. Just fired it wide. Puck was a little too far out of her reach there to do much with.
Kit Eriks, only a sophomore. She has a bright future in this Darien program.
No question. Kit's got a nice jump in her step. She's speedy.
Has to be one of the fastest skaters on the ice.
Yep, no question. She moves well and always seems to be moving her feet 100 miles an hour.
Here comes Greenwich back the other way. And Cassidy almost tossed that puck into the Darien bench.
Blew the whistle. I thought it just hit the top of the riser there, but they're gonna say it popped out and hit a glove on the Wave bench, so the puck will come inside the zone, face off to Crepin's right.
Catherine Martin behind the net. Into the corner.
Well, Morrow tried to chip one up the wall there to the streaking winger, but just out of her reach, and we'll come back this way for an icing.
So an icing on Darien, and Greenwich face off in their offensive zone.
3:02 gone so far here, and
period number 3.
Not a lot of puck possession for either team. It's been played along the wall for the most part so far. Nice play by Sally Cassidy, knocking it down there. Clears the puck up. Bellissimo goes down.
Bellissimo into the corner.
She's another one that has some nice wheels. She can get up and down the ice nicely.
She can get up and down a soccer field as well.
I did not get to see the girls play this fall, unfortunately. I'll have to make a note to do that next fall.
A terrific season, as you know, made it all the way to the state semifinals before bowing out to Staples at Fairfield Ludlow High School. That game was carried by DAF Media. Real exciting to do that anytime you're able to broadcast a postseason game at any level. And here's Kiki Tropsa.
Like that play. Really nice rush by Kiki there. Took it wide and just kind of threw it in front. Again, looking for a rebound or a tip-in, but well executed by Kiki there.
She skates off, and Kate Drugan comes on. Corinne Bevel, centering pass.
Vandenbroek couldn't quite get the handle on that.
Here's Drugan into the Darien offensive zone.
Fires a low shot. Steered aside by the Greenwich netminder. Another one just misses.
This third period, almost like a first period, the two teams seem to be kind of still feeling each other out.
Well, so you kind of get in. I'm sure both coaches made some changes there. Certainly Greenwich would like to do some things differently than the first two periods. Conversely, Jamie probably wasn't too happy with the last few minutes there. Greenwich had a nice flurry to close the second. Had some good zone time, so he's going to want to change that. And so maybe they're trying to do some things a little differently here. Here comes Eriks again.
Under 10 minutes left in the third period. Darien up a goal, 1-0, and a whistle. So a neutral zone face-off here. Here comes Greenwich into their offensive zone. Puck behind the net. Into the corner. Sally Cassidy trying to clear it. And that will be a penalty on Kiki Tropsa. So she will head to the box, and Greenwich will go on the power play at the 9-minute mark of the third period. And an opportunity here for the Cardinals, down a goal. Nell Niffen clears it out of. Here comes Greenwich. Riley Ellsworth with the puck. Riley Ellsworth, one of two Cardinal players who scored goals in the third period of last year's FCIAC finals. Both of Greenwich beat Darien in the FCIAC championship last year 2-0. It was Ellsworth and Jen Kelly who scored third period goals to get the win for Greenwich. And Bill Kirby just told me we are awaiting the arrival here from our broadcast perch above the ice surface here at the Darien Ice House of Darien boys hockey coach Mac Budd, and here he comes. So we'll put him on headset, Bill, and get his thoughts on his season and talk a little hockey.
Nice power play so far here by Greenwich through the first minute 20. They put some good pressure on, but Crepin's been up to the task.
And Darien going the other way. And Caitlin Chan with a shot. Cleared away by Goldenberg. 1-0 Darien under 8 minutes remaining in the third period. Mac Budd, the Darien boys hockey coach, joining us right now. And Coach, I know it's been a little bit of a struggle at the early going of this season, but you've got some games coming up. You play tomorrow at Terry Connors Rink against Trinity Catholic. DAF Media will be broadcasting that game. But your thoughts so far on your season?
Well, a couple thoughts. First of all, we obviously play an extremely difficult schedule. So
I always do.
We do play a schedule, and that is on purpose. But I think this year you have to keep in mind that while we have a lot of returning players, we still have a young team. And so I think you can best characterize the beginning of the season as a learning experience for the guys. And I think that after getting over a brief spell of playing somewhat undisciplined hockey and taking too many penalties, we have it back on track. We played up in Rhode Island yesterday against a very good LaSalle Academy team and had a good performance. The kids played great, and they played fast.
I was reading some comments by Tom Nagel, the commissioner for CIAC hockey, and he said, boy, year in and year out, it seems D1 is always loaded, and that's the case again this year. And Fairfield Prep obviously leading the way, and you'll get the Jesuits at the Darien Ice House coming up pretty soon. Yeah,
there's a lot of good teams. There's no doubt about it. At one point when we looked at our team, and boy, we were trying to figure it out. And well, one of the things was the teams that we had lost to were 15-1. So clearly there's some very, very good teams in Connecticut, and Fairfield Prep is certainly one of them. They seem like they have a great team. Greenwich is a fantastic team. Notre Dame West Haven is good. We played Xavier. They have a D1 kid. So there's a lot of very good teams in the state.
As I mentioned, we will be doing the DAF Media will be broadcasting the Darien Trinity Catholic game tomorrow night from Terry Connors Rink in Stamford.
How's Trinity's season been so far, Mac?
Yeah, I think that they always seem to have a few kids that are very good players. I think the thing that holds them back a little bit is just numbers. They just don't. Yeah. Recently, they haven't been turning out the numbers, but historically, of course, way back when I played and for years, of course, I coached with Chris Gerwig, and he had and Pete Grant as well. And they had some fantastic teams during their tenure as coaches at Trinity Catholic.
From a spectator's vantage point, Terry Connors Rink, always a great place to watch a hockey game.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So
it's great for the kids. It feels like you're playing in front of 35,000 people there with everyone hovering over you. So it's a great experience.
We covered, of course, the Fairfield Prep game up at Wonderland of Ice, and that was well attended. A great crowd for that game.
Yep.
Two perennial powers in the state going at it, and of course Prep loaded again this year, and that's a team that you've come to know all too well the last few years.
Yeah, they're good. Look, I mean, they play a great schedule. I mean, I think that's really what year in and year out separates them from the pack, as well as the obvious fact that they have good coaching and very, very good players. So, and this year is no different. And in fact, this year I think they're even a little bit better than they have been, given the fact that they have a bunch of juniors and seniors that are back for their second and even third years in some cases.
If you're going to make it to the Whale, if you're going to make it to Ingalls at the end of the season, you almost have to play that kind of a schedule.
Yeah, we have to play.
Yeah.
Look, it's I'm clearly not happy that we're 1-6. I mean, you want to win games. I mean, that's why you play. But at the end of the day, what's most important is not where we are here in the early part of January, but where we are in March. And so hopefully, as I said, it's a learning process. We have a young team, and hopefully when February rolls around and March, we'll be where we need to be to compete and play for something.
I don't know how much of this game you've seen, but
looks like a good
Coach
one.
Tropsa has to be pretty pleased with the way his girls are playing on the ice.
Yeah, it looks.
This was a big matchup, a rematch of last year's FCIAC championship game. Greenwich, of course, beating Darien. So I told Bill in the first period of the broadcast, I talked to Jamie before the game, and I said, so it's got to be pretty easy to get up for this one. And he goes, well, it's easy for me. I don't know. You go and ask the girls.
Yeah. Well, I told Bill one time a story about, I don't remember, one of the great soccer coaches, and he was having a conversation with someone, and it was before a major championship, and he didn't even go in the locker room, and his friend looked and said, aren't you going to go in and talk to him? And he said, well, if I need to talk to him now, I have the wrong players. And so I think that falls under the same category here, that I'm sure that Coach Tropsa figures that there's not a lot he needs to do to get the kids fired up for this game, and they look to be responding well.
So it's 4:43 left in the third period. Thanks for watching this DAF Media broadcast. Damian Andrew joined by Bill Kirby and the head coach of the Darien boys hockey team, Mac Budd.
Well, you look and talk about Trinity Catholic, and I think certainly a couple kids come to mind. The Ballo brothers played there; were really, really good. Peter was a fantastic player, and then of course there's Ryan Haggerty, who, for my money, I guess, along with Max Pacioretty, probably the two best players ever to come out of the FCIAC. Is that fair, Mac?
Yeah, that's I would say so. I mean, Ryan certainly, I think he's having a pretty good season. I believe he's with Wilkes-Barre, so hopefully he gets a look in the NHL. He's a great athlete and obviously a great hockey player.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton still the affiliate, the AHL affiliate of the Penguins, correct?
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, and arguably one of the better AHL. The Penguins have done a great job drafting and developing players. They've guys like Getzel and others have had a lot to do with their recent success. Of course, Mike Sullivan, their current coach, I believe coached that team for a number of years prior to getting the job in the big club.
He did.
So, Bill, under 4 minutes left in this one, if you're Darien, you have to feel pretty good about the way you've played as the fresh legs come onto the ice for both squads.
No, I think Jamie's got to be thrilled. Again, by my count, the Waves, pushing 30 shots on goal here while having only given up 6. So, they've certainly dominated possession, but as you often see, when girls hockey's played well, it's tough to score. Some of the kids just don't quite get the puck to the net with the velocity that the boys do, and some of these goalies get pretty good. Pucks bounce around in front of Greenwich there.
And that'll be covered up by Hannah Goldenberg.
And it was the Waves' 30th shot of the night. But
the freshman goalie for Greenwich has played very well in this one. Coach.
Yeah, she's been quite good, and but as Matt can attest to, a 1-goal lead is the toughest lead in hockey, and they've dominated. But Greenwich is one shot away from tying it up.
Still a lot of time left on the clock. 3:05 left. Centering pass for Morrow, and it's kicked away by Greenwich.
We saw that, just last week up in Buffalo, a game Mac and I watched where, the U.S. played Sweden in the semifinals and almost outshot them 2-1, but came out on the short side of a 4-2 loss, and I think was heartbreaking for the kids. But Sweden was very opportunistic in their shooting, and sometimes that happens. It's not about volume; it's about getting the puck across the goal line.
Kate Drugan fighting for the puck in the corner. Drugan. Collision in the neutral zone, and here's
that was
Caitlin
a body
Shan.
check. I'm not sure how you don't call that a penalty, quite frankly. She had the puck, but Piotrowski flattened her. Actually, a former player of Max and mine, as a matter of fact.
So under 2 minutes remaining in this one, 1-0 Darien. As Greenwich looking for the equalizer. One thing I wanted to ask you, that Winter Classic that you played in down at the Greenwich Skating Club, what kind of experience was that? That seemed, I heard it was very well done. The ice surface was in pretty good shape.
It was as good as it gets.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic experience, and really, thank you to Greenwich and the Greenwich Skate Club and Chris Rurak. So it was a fantastic day. I'm sure it's hopefully I will say not the most memorable day of our season. I'm hoping that comes in March, but it was certainly a really memorable day, and I'm happy to report that we're on again for next year.
That's great.
So I think the December 29th.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
So
that's great.
Yeah.
I wasn't fortunate enough to get down there, but it certainly looked, having been to the skating club a number of times when the kids are younger, great venue, and I guess it's been recently renovated, Mac?
Yeah, it's beautiful. They did a fantastic job, and the ice was great. We were lucky. It was a perfect winter night, a little bit cold, but definitely the kids had a blast. It was and it was a good game.
So we've got a timeout here with 1:33 left in the third, 1-0 Darien. Well, it's certainly, I think, one of the best things Gary Bettman's done as NHL commissioner is that Winter Classic. I mean, that they get so many eyeballs on that game on New Year's Day. Of course, this year it was played at Citi Field, the home of the New York Mets. Rangers beating the Buffalo Sabres 3-2 in overtime.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just something about playing outside that, again, having grown up in the Midwest, I skated a lot outside after school as, grammar school and middle schooler. And the kids here don't get to do it as much. The temperature's a little more temperate.
Pond hockey is really big out where you're from.
Absolutely. Yeah, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, further north. Kids play all day, just until the sun goes down and you can't see anymore. So, as we were talking earlier about that, and it's just something that, I'm sure for Mac's kids had to be a real thrill to play outside in front of a packed house, because it's just something you don't get to do much as you get older.
Absolutely great. That looks like, did we get a penalty there?
Yeah, I don't quite understand that. That was kind of a phantom call. I thought the Greenwich player caught an edge and just slipped.
Well, this is going to get interesting, right? I think it'll be a 6-on-4, obviously.
Yeah, it looks like they pulled the goalie. Cassidy's in the box, so Jamie's missing one of his top 2 defensemen. He'll probably have Drugan and Tropsa back now. Yep, with Niffen and Vandenbroek up front.
Tropsa with the puck in the corner, trying to clear it out.
Great play by Kiki there.
She is such a talented player. Of course, we've talked about her a lot during the field hockey season.
Well, the thing that really separates her is she's got great edges. She's a really good skater, I would say, in my opinion. Certainly one of the best skaters on Darien. Caitlin Chan's a very nice skater, competitive ice dancer, I believe. But Kiki's got great edges, and I suppose it doesn't hurt if you grow up in the house of someone who owns a local hockey shop. So she's spent her fair share of time at the rink over the years, but she's a terrific player.
Mac, 1:08 left. You're up a goal. What is Darien's penalty kill unit trying to do here?
Well, you're trying to protect the house and just not give up any high-quality shots. So that hurt Greenwich there. I think they had an ice, and that really hurt them because they have to get the goalie back, and so that play hurt them a little bit.
Now the goalie comes off.
Great play by Tropsa there. Blocked the shot and then gets up off her knees and ices it. Really well done by Kiki.
So
under 40 seconds now. Here comes Greenwich. Broken up by Drugan on the entrance.
There's Tropsa behind the net. Up along the boards. Centering pass. Nobody there.
Oh, wow.
Great save
Slides
there.
in front of the net. And Hallie Kreppen with the nice save. Four seconds left, and that should do it. As Darien holds on to beat Greenwich in a rematch of last year's FCIAC Finals, 1-0, thanks in part to a Shea Vandenbroek goal in the second period. So a big win for head coach Jamie Tropsa and the Darien Blue Wave. And Bill, really, this is a game they needed and wanted.
Yeah, no question. Again, I think they took what I would characterize as a frustrating loss to a very good New Canaan team. They've had a couple good games that have been postponed due to weather. So they hadn't played as many games as Greenwich. But as I said, with the PowerPoint system that Mac's familiar with, it's again akin to football that they use for the rankings. So Darien's going to pick up 80 points with that win, which they'll add to their already 100 points, and they'll jump now to second in the state by my count. Again, depending on what Hamden's doing tonight. But that's a big win for the Wave, and I'm sure they're happy about a little retribution from the FCIAC Finals last year.
And a great mutual respect between Coach Tropsa and Greenwich head coach Alex Lurchin. Found out before this one that Tropsa actually coached Lurchin in youth hockey.
Jamie's coached a lot of people around, so I'm going to just run down. But I want to thank you guys very much for the coverage. It's great for the community and much appreciated. And I know all the guys in the team really appreciate it. So thank you guys very much, and thanks for having me on.
Well, Mac, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night in Stamford at Terry Connors Rink as the Blue Wave take on the Trinity Catholic Crusaders.
Get the boys back in the win column tomorrow. I hope so.
So Greenwich loses its first game of the season. They'll fall to 7-1, 4-1 in the FCIAC. And I think really, Bill, this FCIAC, it'll be interesting to see Darien, Greenwich, New Canaan, those are the three teams right now jockeying for that top seed
Yeah, it
in the
seems like
FCIAC
it.
playoffs.
Certainly, having watched, I don't think New Canaan and Greenwich have played yet. That's coming up soon. But both the New Canaan Darien game and the Greenwich Darien game, 1-goal games, very well played by both teams, or really all three teams, I guess, speaking collectively. Jamie's got to be pretty happy with that effort, though. They certainly, again, with everything, had the better of the play with the exception of the scoreboard. So, that was a nice effort by the Wave tonight. And certainly Coach, Alex has nothing to hang his head about. With his girls played very well, particularly Goldenberg. She was excellent in the cage. Very impressive for a freshman. She had a really strong game. That's about as well as I think you can expect a freshman to play. She was terrific. It looks like that New Canaan Greenwich game's coming up, in a week, next Monday, actually, a little less than a week. So that'll be a big one.
That'll be one to circle on the calendar for
looks
both
like,
of those squads.
Greenwich hosting New Canaan, 3 o'clock next Monday. They've got a game this weekend against Wilton, Norwalk, McMahon Co-op. So, that New Canaan Greenwich game will be well attended, I'm sure, and well played. Two very good teams with a lot of local pride on the line.
Bill, I can't thank you enough for hopping on another broadcast. This has been fun. We're making this a habit. Can't thank you enough. You bring so much to these broadcasts, and of course, obviously, two of your children played in the Darien hockey program, Chandler and Jake, and both had great success. But I want to thank you again. We'll see you tomorrow night at Terry Connor's rink. But for our entire DAF media production crew, John Reynolds, Ethan Haas, and, of course, Eggs Benedict on that camera in the third period. I am Damian Andrew. Again, Darien holds on to beat Greenwich 1-0. Have a great night, everybody.